Hello, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy III with me, Get Daved. So last time we found out about some of what's going on with Terra, got our first Espers. They've been equipped and our characters are learning magic. You can see some of the spells that are in the process of being learned. You get magic points at the end of every battle, so those eventually will reach 100% and the character will know it for good. Maria? Who was that guy? You recall Maria as the opera singer? She's very famous. Alright then. Well, technically, I think he was. And Setzer's got some pretty great music. And is a popular and pretty cool character overall. A real Han Solo. After Terra's theme, Setzer's is probably the most important musically in the game. Factors heavily into some important pieces. Yes, we could. We could get anywhere. Alright. So how does one get a meeting with Setzer? Well, the man's clearly rich, but he wants one thing. Maria. And Celes looks just like her. So, to the Opera House, Batman! Robin? Dang it. As I mentioned in the last video, the Opera House is a short walk to the south, and there's pretty much nothing left on this continent now. We've scouted, I think, the entire thing. I like this music. Technically, I think he means Act 1. Well, we just want the airship. This part of the game's a bit more surreal, but also part of what makes it quite brilliant. Let him abduct Celes instead of Maria. Apparently he hasn't quite connected the dots. All you have to do is participate in an opera, Celes. Yeah, she's taking it well. Wah, wah, wah. Yes, an octopus has come to mess up our attempt at inserting a general as the lead singer in an opera so we can get on an airship to the Empire. Just go with it. beauty of the scene is very hard to explain to someone who hasn't played through the game. And then an octopus shows up. But for one of the first times in gaming history, in a major release, they made a huge concession to nothing but art in the game. Approximately 25 minutes of music on the game's 3-hour soundtrack is just for this upcoming bit. Pacing is a little different. I recommend you just sit back and enjoy. You won't hear much from me anymore. So that's scene 1 there. Just gotta have a little bit between Locke and Celes. Oh, Sabin. Spent too long in the mountains. Just become feral. Yeah, she heard the story. Well, he's trying. It's nice because there's a lot of subtext. Just a slight note for this. Sit back and enjoy it again, and also think of this in terms of character development from Celes, and it's quite profound. Indeed. I know it's a little weird at first, especially because they can't just emulate the voice, you know, properly. But, if the music really gets going, and then just, my god, it's beautiful. But also, it's sort of prophetic. It doesn't really describe the character of who Sellers is right now, but it will sort of... The lyrics of her song, just think of it as you consider what her character is going to go through in her relationship to Locke and things like that. It becomes somewhat prophetic and illuminating. And the night of the opera becomes a defining moment in Sellers' life. Like, as a character, this is the linchpin of who she is. Up in the rafters. And I really recommend you do talk to the man in the room to the far right, because you cannot advance without it. Also, pull the switch he means, or he tells you about. Some of the switches turn out the power in the Opera House, others make you fall to the stage, but time is precious. The switch we pressed unlocked that door. The vermin can summon more sewer rats, so you want to make sure you take care of all of them. Generally, I'd recommend you avoid as many of these fights as you can as well, but I wouldn't spend too much time fussing about it. What am I doing? Alright, we got lots of time here. The vermin also have very high defense, but drill is defense piercing, so one shot should take care of them. No strings attached. Alright. We don't have cure yet, so I guess we're just gonna go for it. This upcoming fight's not hard. I recommend you have Sabin in third in your party order. opera ruined. I guess the only hope is for Locke to be awesome. The applause didn't quite emulate round. The audience cheers when Locke and Eltros get into it. Absolutely not. And Ultros is weak against fire, so hitting him in the back with Sabin. Well, you can one-shot him if you are a slightly higher level. Which is too bad, because the music's kind of awesome. I recommend you take a chance to listen to all of it. And the scene switches directions yet again! Yeah, who does love an entrance? I just love the enthusiasm of Impresario. And that, everybody, was the opera scene. It's often considered sort of the defining moment in what makes FF3 a great game. Just because it takes you through the entire emotional gamut. And again, that a video game would focus on storytelling and do such a good job of it now 20 years ago was unheard of at the time. Surprise! Thanks for your contribution, Sabin. But he's going to listen to our story. Also, take the opportunity to re-equip Cell, as she's got nothing. I don't even remember what I had on her. Probably hero ring and a ribbon or something. I always thought that was an interesting comment from Sabin. It's all about the freedom with him. Uh-oh. Now remember the coin that was used from a couple videos regarding the succession and the choice between Edgar and Sabin. So if it's tails, they'll get married. Heads on both sides. Edgar on one, Sabin on the other. Way back in the day, Edgar rigged it so Sabin would get his wish by flipping with that coin. And now we just hustled Setzer. What's nice about him is at first you think he's a selfish jerk, but even when you beat him by cheating, he's pretty good-spirited about it. How reassuring. Now the daunting approach towards the Empire. We'll be spending our next couple of videos here, and then we'll have full control of the airship. I'll see you on the next video, everybody.